3, 2, and... Ladies and germs, welcome back to the Couchlocked podcast. I am your host, Jake O'Mara. Hope you guys have all had a lovely week. We're back. It's Friday. Happy Friday, y'all. Welcome to the weekend. This is episode 2. Yeah, we did it. We made it to the second episode. We aren't giving up. We aren't shelving this for another year. We're here. We're in it. Season 1 is officially underway. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. But I'm excited about it. How'd you guys like last week's episode? I know it's probably not good. I know it was probably pretty mediocre. But I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. We're doing things a little bit differently this week, guys. So a little bit of a update, a little bit of housekeeping, if you will. Got some news. So you might be noticing, wow, the audio is sounding much better than last week, which was another problem with last week, the audio. I had to record using my AirPods mic, and it kind of turned out not so good. It was a little rattly, a little echoey, just overall not the crisp audio that you want to be hearing in your ear holes, you know. So I went in to make the experience a little bit better for everyone here who's going on this journey. I got a new mic. I got the Blue Yeti USB mic. Just for this season, maybe we'll upgrade again next season, but I wanted to get a new mic, so because the audio is important, you know. I want your experience to be enjoyable, not listening to crappy AirPod mic audio, and that's just not a pleasant experience. So upgraded to the Blue Yeti. Hopefully it's sounding better. Hopefully it sounds way better, way cleaner, smoother, all around better experience. And that's not the only thing that's different about this week. I ended up, if you remember, last week I talked about how I was trying to record the entire season in bulk, or at least the first half of the season, before releasing the first episode, to kind of give myself a bubble, so in case a week goes by and I can't record for whatever reason, I'll have an episode ready to go. I decided not to do that. One, because I'm lazy and procrastinated it, and the next thing I knew, it was the premiere date, and I had to drop the episode regardless, because I did not want to push back the premiere date once again, especially after recording that first episode. So yeah, we went ahead with the release. Did pretty well. Not crazy numbers or anything, which is good because it's a terrible episode, so I don't really want too many people listening to that embarrassment anyway. But you know, the date came, we dropped the episode, everything went smoothly, and yeah, and I could have, that was 3 weeks before the the premiere too. It was like mid-August, I think. I don't remember the exact date. It's now September 8th. We are on the eve of Friday again, which is when you're listening to this, because we release every episode at Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, so I'm doing this now week to week, I think. I just feel like, I don't know, I kind of decided maybe the reason I'm procrastinating so much on recording in bulk is because I don't know, it just doesn't feel as like honest or true, or I feel like I can't get into it as much. So because it's just basic scripting, and then I just kind of go off the cuff, and I'm just basically it feels more robotic, I guess. Where with the week to week, I'm realizing it's more natural, I guess. Like we're in this together rather than I'm just doing a production kind of deal, I guess. And then it's just like this thing. But like why I wanted to do this show in the first place is to have kind of a living, breathing show where it's very natural and just real and honest and fun, but I don't want it to be some kind of scripted just nonsense that's just gonna be just not as quality as I would like it to be, especially for this first season, because I want the season to be good, even though it's the first season and there's going to be so many things to improve on. I want to at least make the season the best that I can make it right now, if that makes sense. And I feel like if I recorded in bulk and just did a production, it just wouldn't be there. I feel like people would sense the inauthenticity, and then there you go. But so I decided not to do it. I just waited until the premiere date, put it out the first episode, and now later the next week, right before this episode's supposed to go out, I'm recording it. I feel like the best way to do it for me right now. So, I mean, and the stress of trying to meet the Friday premiere day deadline is good. It's as the pressure on me that I actually have to get an episode out, and I can't procrastinate until, the eve, like I am today, procrastinated. I almost didn't do it today either, actually, if you can believe it. So today's Thursday, and I woke up pretty late, and like 10:30, which, I mean, it's fine, like not a big deal. But this week I've been trying to be like hyper, not productive in like the sense of like the grind and hustling, but like productive in the sense of accomplishing all of the personal goals I had. Man, okay, sorry about that. My AirPods died mid record just now, and yeah, my recording paused. But we're back. What was I saying? Oh, right. So yeah, so I've been trying to just like get my like personal goals and like build habits this week. That was like a big goal of mine. Just to try and build habits this week, like I want to wake up around 6, exercise, read, meditate. I'm going through the artist way right now, so trying to do morning pages every morning and just implement these habits. And that's what this week has been about. Not yesterday, but the day before, killed it. It was a great day that day. Woke up at 5:30, surfed, made coffee, did my morning pages, finished a book, got productive work done, scripted out this episode. Not scripted out, but wrote out my show notes and took notes on the topic I want to talk about and stuff. Did that. It was a great day. And then yesterday, slight downgrade. It didn't hit the levels I wanted to. Woke up at like 9. Still had my morning pages, still made some coffee, still surfed. But there was just a sense of laziness in the air, and it was mainly because I didn't really have much work scheduled for yesterday, so it made me feel kind of lazy, and that kind of carried on until today, where I didn't wake up until 10:30, and then I didn't make coffee. I went to Starbucks, and then, because I was too lazy to make coffee, did my morning pages, thankfully. I've read a little bit, but it's still been just fighting off that procrastination feeling that I have, and it made me want to push off recording this episode till tomorrow, which, no, I just know I can't do that. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm supposed to record and edit this episode and get it out by the time it's supposed to release. I don't want to start off on a bad foot like that, because that's just setting stone bad habits that I just don't really feel like developing. And so I just had to get off my lazy bum and do it. Go ahead and do it today. So that's what I'm doing. I just set it up and hit the record button. Here we are. I'm super happy to be recording it, honestly, and just getting it over with, because I just feel terrible if I pushed it off another day and onto the deadline day. So I think from now on, I'm even going to try and get it done earlier in the week rather than later, just for the peace of mind that I know it's there and it's ready to be released. But yeah, I don't even know how I started on this tangent, honestly. I do van life, though, by the way. So I'm recording this in the back of my van at the beach. So if you hear any random noises outside, that's probably because I'm in a parking lot full of people at the beach, and yeah, I don't know, they're probably getting their boards to go surf, or people talking, partying, whatever. So hopefully you don't hear anything out there, and it stays just my voice. But in case you do, also, it's really hot and muggy today, and especially back here in the van. So I have my fan running. Hopefully you don't hear that either, but it is right behind the mic. I do have the settings turned, so it's only should be picking up in front of the mic where my voice is speaking, or where my mouth is, and nothing from behind. So hopefully you don't hear it, but in case you do, that's what that small, like, humming or buzzing sound is, if you were caring to know at all. Let's see. In other news of what happened this week, I discovered when I was posting the like promotional stuff on Instagram for the show, I came across another podcast, or it's either a podcast or a comedy show. I'm not really sure. That has a very similar name, of Couchlocked Entertainment, I believe it is. So I'm in a bit of a predicament here. So I vetted the internet and podcasting platforms to make sure that there was no other shows with the name Couchlocked, because before I settled on the name, I really wanted oh no, my fan just died. It is so hot outside and in here. Okay, well, let's see if I can get through this with the fan off. Okay, sorry. I thought I heard someone knocking on the door. Yeah, I'm going to try and get through this without the fan, but we'll see. I might have to stop because it's going to get hot. So yeah, before I settled on the name Couchlocked, I vetted the internet to make sure that no one else had this name, because I didn't down the road have to deal with any type of lawsuits or something, or they try and I have to change the name or get sued or something like that. Like, I don't want to deal with any of that. I've heard horror stories. I would just rather steer away from that type of situation. So I vetted the internet, nothing came up, and I thought I was completely in the clear. So I went ahead and branded everything Couchlocked, because I thought the name's good. We don't have to worry about anyone having the other name. I can proceed. Everything's chill. And so when I posted this on Instagram, or I posted the shout out for the episode, and this account came up, I was shocked and also slightly heartbroken, because this puts me in a predicament. And I wanted to see if they are a new show that came up before I officially created this show last year, or anything like that, because then I could be like, yo, can you change your name? And I everything's good on my end. But that being said, unfortunately, this show has been around since 2018, which is way before 3 or 4 years before I don't want to sound stupid. 4 years. Or no, God, 3 years before I created everything for this show. So they have been around before me. And to make things even worse, they're backed by Cookies, which is a very big dispensary brand here in California. And since that means they're corporate at that point, so I really can't mess around, because they have a lot more power at that point. They're not just a little brand. It's a big deal. Or it's not just a little show running their own thing. It's backed by a big company, so it's a lot bigger of a deal than I would like it to be. So that brings me to the predicament. I can either change my name and just carry on and just rebrand everything, which wouldn't be it wouldn't be terrible. It would be a little heartbreaking, because I do love the branding of the show and everything, but it's fine. I could manage and move on. Or I can keep carrying on using the name and just hope that nothing ever happens and they don't care and we can all just coexist. That would be best case scenario. Or I could carry on and they don't like that and I get sued. But that's worst case scenario. So it's kind of a gamble, like a 50-50 shot gamble, I feel like. But if I do change my name, what should I do it? What should I rename and rebrand as? So that brings me to you guys. I'm going to throw up a poll on Spotify and on Instagram where you guys can send your name suggestions for the new show rebrand. And I'm also going to throw up a poll so you guys can vote on either if I do rebrand or if I should just stay the course and don't do anything and just screw them and hope that they don't try and sue me down the road. So I'm going to throw that up on Instagram and on Spotify, and hopefully things turn out okay. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I just took a bit of a break. I don't know, it was like a 10-minute break. I went to the bathroom and I sat in the van for a couple minutes blasting the AC. So now it is a very comfortable, cool temperature in the back here, so I can finish off this episode for you. So this is, I don't know, we're about halfway through the episode now, probably. So let's do a little check-in here. This is something I want to implement in a lot of future episodes. Is kind of just a midway check-in. Just a mid-episode check-in point. See how you guys are doing. Tell you guys how I'm doing. So, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys have a beverage with you, or something nice to smoke on, or something nice to eat, or just anything. I hope you guys are enjoying. Are you listening to this in the car? Are you chilling at home, in your room, making a sandwich? I don't know. I love listening to podcasts while doing all of those things, so that's why I ask. I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired. I think I decided I'm not going to edit this episode today. I think I'm just going to record it, and then I'll edit it tomorrow morning. That way it's nice and done for tomorrow night. So, yeah. And it's kind of annoying. The van's already getting kind of warm back here. I don't know what's going on. It's not fun. But it's all right. It's all right. Let's if you need to freshen up your drink, go ahead and freshen that up. We're about to jump into the main topic for today. I was originally going to do this episode on mindfulness, but I literally just, while I was at the bathroom, I just completely changed. Oh, just smacked the cable so hard. Sorry if you heard that. I just decided last minute, like literally when I was going to the bathroom, that I think I'm actually going to talk about patience today. I don't know why. I think because I had an urge that I was like, man, I want to finish this so I can just chill and read and just kind of relax. But then I was like, why do I instantly jump to just being impatient and wanting this experience to be over so I can jump into doing what I always do, always in general, and just like chill. And like, this is such a fun and like unique experience that I get to have. Why try and rush that, you know? Like, do you guys ever have a hard time with patience? I feel like in some ways I'm an extremely patient person, and in other ways I'm an extremely impatient person, if that makes any sense. Like, with people, I feel like I have a pretty long fuse and I have a good amount of patience, and I don't snap really. I don't have like any anger problems. I'm just pretty mellow, I guess. You know, it takes quite a lot to get a big reaction out of me from people, and takes a lot to blow my fuse, like a lot. I feel like when I was like a few years ago, my fuse was like, my fuse was infinite, probably. Like nothing really seemed to get to me. And then over the last few years, I feel like it's shortened a lot. And even in my big depression era this last year that I told you guys about last week, I feel like I had a very short fuse. And now I feel like my fuse has gotten pretty long again. I've really kind of just learned to let go and like realize a lot of things just I don't need to get to me as much or bother me or annoy me, and just kind of try and go with the flow, you know. That's all I try and do, just love and peace, you know. I'm stupid hippie like that, but no, that's another problem. I talk down about myself, and that's not good for the mental health either. Not stupid hippie. I love peace and patience and just vibes, you know. I know that's a gross word, vibes, but whatever. We're moving on. I feel like we're digressing here. So yeah, when it comes to people, I feel like I have a pretty long fuse in certain situations, and I feel like I'm a fairly patient person in most areas. Where I feel like I have a lot of impatience is in things I'm doing. Like with writing, for example, I am so impatient. The second I start writing a new screenplay or whatever, the second I start, I want to be done and have the project completed. And it's so frustrating because that the part of the fun is the journey of writing it and coming up with the story, however long that takes. And I need to really learn to sit in those uncomfortable, impatient moments and really slow down and enjoy the ride and enjoy the experience. Okay, I'm sorry. I started sweating really bad and got really hot, so I opened up the doors. If you guys hear people or anything, oh my gosh. I just opened up the back door with the sliding door, my side sliding door. Oh, that is such a beautiful cross breeze that's blowing through. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. So now we are in a very comfortable state that we can just keep on rolling and just bust through this episode. So there is a guy playing music a few spots over. So if you hear that, I apologize. But I need the wind. So, yeah, as I was saying, I just need to learn to just slow down and enjoy the process of whatever it is I'm doing, you know? And that's something I learned with just driving, you know, especially in traffic. I don't really mind traffic all that much because I learned to be just patient with it and just understand this is the situation I'm in and I have nothing I can do about it. So just enjoy the ride. Take it easy, relax, and just enjoy it. That's something I've practiced since I was in high school. And I just wanted to not be someone who gets so pissed off about there being traffic because like why it's just there. So you have to deal with it. So I figured might as well just enjoy the ride. And I feel like I have to learn that same mindset with just other aspects of life, like my work. I have to just be patient and enjoy the ride. You know, a story isn't going to be good if I just rush through it and am impatient the entire time. It'll turn out so much better if I just take my time, slow down, enjoy the ride, enjoy the story, and it'll be done when it'll be done. You know, there's no pressure. There's no external force telling me I have to get it done. It's just myself arguing with me, saying, why is this not done? Like, let's get done. You're going to be so satisfied when it's done. So let's get this done. But like, I need to be satisfied and happy during the process. because that's what it's all about, is the process, right? Isn't it? Some British slang jargon for you. It's what Love Island does to the mind. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what else to say about that. It's good to slow down in life, is the moral of the story. It's important to slow down, enjoy the ride, and that's in every aspect of life, not just in whatever creative project I'm in the midst of. It's important to take life slow and enjoy the day you're in, because you could not have a tomorrow, and that's a very real and scary thought that gets to me a lot, is when I notice that I am procrastinating so hard and just not enjoying, or I'm being impatient in life and I want to rush through a season or something. I gotta learn to just be like, this day could be all you have. You might not have that season, or you might not have that project or whatever, and you just gotta enjoy the beautiful day that you are currently existing in, because this day is a blessing. And even though it's a bajillion thousand Googleplex degrees outside because it's a stupid heat wave, and I want it to be cold fall weather so bad, because fall is the best season of the year, and I cannot wait for it to be cold and just cozy, but I gotta enjoy the moment I'm in now, because this is the end of summer, and I gotta take advantage of the heat and the warm ocean water while I can, before I gotta wear a wetsuit every day again, because once fall comes officially, it's going to be cold out there, and I don't like surfing in the cold water as much, and so it's just a real catch-22, It really is, because it's just the grass is always greener situation, and that's what sucks, and that's why you just got to take things slow and be patient, because when you get to that other point, it's just not going to be everything you hoped and dreamed it would be. So it would have been better to be patient and enjoy the ride, because the ride is usually more worth it than the destination. And I feel like there's a lot of other things. Like, I feel like in that one thought I just had, I touched on like 4 other much bigger topics and discussions that I just don't feel like I'm ready to talk about on here. Like the destination isn't always what you'd want. That's a whole episode on its own, of just managing expectations and like true happiness, and how we're obsessed with the prize but not really taking in consideration everything that goes into it. Which, I mean, it all kind of ties into what I'm trying to talk about here, and that's just to be patient, man. Be patient. Patience is a virtue. That's a saying for a reason, And I feel like it's really not looked down on, but just looked past, No one really takes that fully into consideration. Like, patience is a big deal. It's like when you order DoorDash or Uber Eats or Postmates or whatever, Grubhub, whatever app it is that you use to order your food. if once you order it and you get mad at the driver for taking forever, or get mad that it's taking forever to get to you because you're so hungry, I've personally had to try and acknowledge that there's nothing I can do about how long it is till the food comes. It's gonna make, and I try and shift my outlook to thinking it's gonna be so much better once I get the food because I waited so long. And I try to appreciate the wait time. And again, that's just a way I'm trying to practice that faction of patience that I seem to have such a hard time with. And yeah, man, patience, it's crazy thing that no one really, I feel like considers to be as big of a deal as it is, because there's so many different factions of patience that we don't even think about on the daily basis. Because I feel like a lot of people think about patience as in patience with people, and slow to anger, not being so hot-headed type of deal. You need to learn patience, blah blah blah. That's, I feel like, what people mainly think about when they think about patience. At least that's what I usually think about. And I never really think about all of these other factions that I'm talking about that I feel like everybody seems to struggle with as a society. And I don't know if that's an American problem, or if that's just a human problem. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people struggle with that stuff, me included. I'm just acknowledging that I have that problem, and I need to work on it. It's something that I'm conscious of, and I'm trying to do better with every day, and just enjoy my life. That's a big thing that I've taken away coming out of that big depressive state that I went through, is I need to really try to slow down and enjoy each day as they come, because that was such a miserable experience that it made me even more impatient, because I just wanted it to be over so badly, and I wanted each day to be over, and just so I could get to the night and just sleep. And I don't want to go through that again, and I don't want anybody to go through that. I don't know, it's just, life is beautiful, man. That's all I can say. Life is beautiful, and unfortunately, there's so many people in this world that try to make life very unbeautiful for so many other people, which really sucks and is super lame, because life's a beautiful thing. It's supposed to be enjoyed, and it sucks that people rob that from other people. I feel like I'm spiraling. End of the day, I gotta be more patient in life and with my life and things. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like this was a very rambly episode, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. This is only the second episode, and I'm still learning as I go. I mean, it's been almost 2 years since I did a podcast, so I'm still learning. I'm still getting back into it, feeling out the reins, getting back on the horse, if you will. Shall we start wrapping up this episode, this sophomore episode 2 of season 1? I'm happy that we made it finally. Honestly, I'm just like I said at the beginning of the episode, I'm just so happy to be finally in this thing, you know, where the machine is off and running now at this point, and now there's no stopping it. So, and I'm so happy about that. I'm so excited to be working on this thing, even though my stupid patience problem makes me want it to be over as soon as I start it. I am very excited about this, and I can't wait to continue off with the season and continue on with the future seasons and just see the growth and future blossom for this show, because I love this show, and I'm trying to manifest that it will just be something nice, a good experience for people, you know. But anyway, so let's move on to the recommendation section. Now, I actually completely forgot that I even did this segment before recording, so I just had to come up with something just really quick. Yesterday when I was in Vaughn's, I was getting a new gallon of water for the van, and I saw that they have pumpkin spiced Cheerios out. Now, they are $7 a box, which is ridiculous, but I have yet to try them. But I recommend anyone who's listening to give them a try and let me know how they are, because 'tis the season, and I'm going to try them for sure, because it sounds amazing, and I love pumpkin spice. Like I said, I love fall. It's the best season in the world, and I want to spread that joy and cheer for all to hear, you know. So yeah, let me know how they are, and that's my recommendation for this week. Next week, I don't know what the episode will be on, honestly. I might do mindfulness next week, actually do it, or I might on the cuff change my mind again. So you can try and look forward to a mindfulness episode next week. If not, you'll find out next Friday on the cuff. So that's it, man. We did it. 45 minutes in. I'm just as shocked as you are. This is a lot longer than last week. Sorry, just big camper just went by. Sorry if you heard that. Yeah, so next week, who knows? God, that is such a loud exhaust. Sorry if you guys hear that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so I'm glad. I didn't think we actually would do a longer episode than last week. I hoped we would, but didn't think we would actually do it. I'm glad we hit the mark. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope that it wasn't too rambly or just like nonsense the entire time. I hope it actually sounded somewhat cohesive and was somewhat enjoyable to listen to. So that's it for me. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, an amazing week ahead. This heat's supposed to cool off a little bit, which is awesome. Very happy about that. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great week, man. So go get locked in your couch, I guess. See you next week. Deuces.